Good morning. I'm Father Dennis Morrow. I'm the pastor of St. Peter and Paul Church here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The Lithuanian community has been here since about 1885. The earliest Lithuanians came. First they began gathering in this neighborhood, and they established the old St. Peter and Paul Aid Society, which is over to my left. And after some years, they decided they had enough people here who would be of Lithuanian descent to have their own parish. And they asked Bishop Richter for permission to establish the parish. That happened in 1904 when Father Matulaitis came and began St. Peter and Paul Church. This church was built in 1924. Prior to that, they had worshipped in a church and school building behind this church. My own family, my mother's family, came here in 1899. No, they came to the U.S. in 1899, and my great-grandmother brought with her a sprig of rue, a ruta, and she planted it at their house in Pennsylvania, where they were in the coal mines there. And then they moved to Illinois some years later. She took some of that rue with her and planted it there. They moved to Grand Rapids in 1919, and they had that rue at their house, two different locations. My mother took a sprig of it and transplanted it to her house, and now some of that is still growing at the far left side over there of the bushes in front of the church. I had that replanted when they sold the house. We sold the house a few years ago. So we have deep roots here at St. Peter and Paul. My mother was one of the first babies baptized in this church, and then I've been here now for 25 years. One of my nephew has married in this church a lady who is the great niece of the pastor who was here for 36 years, Monsignor Lipkus. So we're all intertwined in that way. The parish at one time had about 700 families. Now we have maybe about 250, and only perhaps 45% of those have Lithuanian roots, and even fewer actually speak the language. But everyone is very respectful of the origins and the tradition of the parish. So we are happy to still be here and strive to be of service to the community.
So can you wish something for Lithuania in Lithuanian language?
Te laimina jūs mūsų visagalis Dievas, Tėvas,